At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu. At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
UNITY. UNITY. You gotta let them know. UNITY. Love a black woman from infinity to infinity. Instinct leads me to another flow. Every time I hear a brother call a girl a bitch or a try to make a sister feel low. You know all of that got to go. Now everybody knows there is exceptions to this rule. Now don't be getting mad when we playing this cool. But don't be calling me out my name. I bring wrath to those who disrespect me like a dame.
That's why I'm talking. One day I was walking down the block. I had my cutoff shorts on, right? Because it was crazy hot.
Crazy.
I walked past these dudes. When they passed me, one of them felt my booty. He was nasty. I turned around red. Somebody was catching the wrath. Then the little one said, "Ha, ha, yeah, me, bitch," and laughed. Since he was with his boys, he tried to break fly. I punched him dead in his eye and said, "Who you calling a bitch? Yeah!" Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha. Take it, XT.
Whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha 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 ha. Whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha.
Whatever them kids be fucking doing.
Yes. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Blackest Show about nothing. It's Jade and XT.
Whoa ha ha, yo ha.
Mm-hmm.
Unity,
Yes.
niggas. Mm-hmm.
Yes, love each other from infinity to infinity. Okay.
But not all of each other.
Oh, no.
Just each others who deserve to be loved.
Those who know that was
okay.
for them.
IK, YK, IK, I, whatever the fuck y'all put on there.
Yes. Exactly. The world is on fire still.
Yeah, it's never gonna stop.
No.
Mm-mm.
And so now it's time for news with Jade of all Jades.
Yes, awareness is key, rainbows, and the more you know. So I just want to state this ahead of time. We are not getting ready to be talking about the motherfucking circus that's happening here, okay? When it directly affects us and our communities, we'll talk about it. But this constant motherfucking
political theater.
juggling that's happening, No,
White
thank you.
cooning.
Yeah, I don't want to watch the fat bearded lady. I don't want to watch the lady with 3 titties.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to
Mm-mm.
watch nobody walk a tightrope. I don't want to watch
Mm-mm.
anybody tame a lion unless they are eating them. I don't want to watch
Mhm.
any of that. So we're not going to talk about that. We're still talking about things that matter, domestically and internationally, and things that again affect our communities. I just want that to be very motherfucking clear. Because I don't have
Yeah.
time, patience, wherewithal for none of this fucking shit here. I am over being
Yeah.
sad. I am over the fuck it.
Yeah. And I do want to say, like, I do appreciate when you all send us stuff. Like,
Yeah.
memes
Very
and
much
things,
so.
But you don't have to send us like, oh, look at what this person is doing in the political realm. Like,
no.
like at this point, I'm blocking people for sending me news because I'm trying to
Be intentional about the way that you
be
consume
intentional. Yes. So
Mhm.
don't send me no shit. If it ain't regards to love after lockup.
it. Y'all are good for that. Y'all are good for the goods. Yeah.
Which is important because there is some information that we have missed that we did not discuss.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because remember Sade from sort of Schenectady? Remember old girl and she was with Rain Man from Buffalo. It was another one of them Love During Lockups. And
Wait.
remember she
Sade from Schenectady.
Yeah, they were in Schenectady. Like their story was between Schenectady and Rochester. And he had a mama that he hated.
Lockup. This sounds like Skin.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. Images. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
apparently he's on the grinder now and is looking for Dak, you know.
Okay.
So, you know,
we talking about the man where it's like, I always loved the hood nigga until I think. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Copy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but yes, I'll say that to say
yes.
Don't send me no shit that you know I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
Because I will curse you out.
Yeah.
Go on, Jade. I'm sorry.
All right. No, you're good. We're feels. Let me get myself together. We are on day 474 of the ongoing genocide in Palestine. So yes, a ceasefire was announced for Gaza. Remember, Gaza is a portion. The Gaza Strip is a portion of Palestine, right? "Quote unquote" ceasefire. People are
because the day after they announced that niggas was still bombing. Stop lying to our faces.
Wait. We already knew though. Like every time they announce something, I don't even take it with a grain of salt at this point. Like we already know that they are always on evil time. People are slowly returning to their homes or to see what has happened to their homes, the space where their homes were. And soon they are supposed to be able to go to the north. But again, they are reneging on everything that they have set in place because in the West Bank of Palestine, the IOF has set up many new checkpoints, barriers, and iron gates to block entrances to Bethlehem, Ramallah, Hebron, Kalkila, and Salfit. And then there is an ongoing invasion in Jenin. So there's IOF bombings and raids, which have already killed 10 Palestinians. I want to say it killed 40 the day after the ceasefire was announced, including a 14-year-old boy, doctors, nurses, and anybody who tried to save those who were hit. I saw a video of a man where they literally shot this man. And then the IOF military vehicle blocked the ambulance from being able to get to him. So they are still being outrageously nasty. Also, those bombings and raids in Jenin I just talked about caused more power outages. They shot and injured 3 Palestinian people, including a 12-year-old boy, for throwing rocks in Jerusalem. For throwing rocks. They already have been violating the ceasefire. They shot and killed a person in the south, fired at people in Nazra and Barej. Remember, my pronunciation, just grace. They injured one. They have drones and the gunboats that I told you about. They fired at 3 injured people in Gaza City in the north. So we have to take all of this with a grain of salt and understand that they are still being terrorists, being the very thing that they claim other people are, claiming that they are still going after quote unquote Hamas when they're not. They're literally trying to get all their licks in on the way out. They're literally trying, and they're not on the way out because they're still also allowing in the settler quote unquote violence that we've talked about over the past year and change is ramping up as well. And the IOF is supporting them in this settler. They're lighting people's cars on fire. Like, this is asinine. That's like me being outside and my neighbor is doing some absolute motherfuck shit to me and the police are standing there watching and backing my neighbor up. That is crazy. So we have to continue to keep eyes on what's happening in Palestine because it continues to be evil. And we already know, as we said, that we're not getting ready to go back and forth with all of this circus that's happening. But this new administration is already reneging on some of those. They've already stopped some of the arms embargo and things like that. So, oh shit. So keep paying attention to what's happening. A ceasefire is not the end of it because the occupation, again, has been going on since 1948, and they have been raining terror on those people since 1948, and probably before. All right, we're on day 648 of the ongoing genocide in Sudan. Even though we got some pretty decent news last week about the RSF pulling out of certain areas, they have not stopped their ongoing violations. They attacked the Bashagra villages in Jazeera State. Preliminary reports indicate 35 people were killed. They're scarring faces. They're cutting off fingers. There's continued shelling on the Abu Shak IDP camp, which killed 16 and injured 18. And they released a statement saying, if you all don't get out of here in 48 hours, the fighters from the SAF in El Fashir, if y'all don't get out of here in 48 hours, we can't promise you what's going to happen to you. The RSF is raining terror on the people of Sudan. They are firing drones. They hit the Dongola power station, which caused damage and more power blackouts in several areas of Sudan. And remember, when these power outages happen, what does that mean? That means people don't have access to let the world know what is happening to them. This is the third power station to be bombed in 10 days by the RSF. Per the Jazeera conference, the RSF forces also opened irrigation canals, and I'm not even going to pretend to. All right, let me just try. Al Masalimia area. Okay, I apologize in advance. Causing flooding and destruction of over 100 homes. And since the recapture of Medani by the SAF, the RSF has imposed a telecom blackout on Al Hissa locality. So they are fucking with these people royally. They are terrorizing these people. And remember, our support of Dubai and all of that is who funds the RSF. So do your research, figure out in what ways that you can continue to donate. Remember that we have a link in our description box. We have a link tree attached to our bio and on our website where you can go and access all of the different links to assist in the ways that you can. I know that when we hear news like that, it makes us wonder what the fuck can we do? But there are things that can be done. There are people on the ground who are communicating and letting us know how we can be supportive. And part of that support also is continuing to keep an eye on what's happening in Sudan and across the world. So that is the news for this week.
Yeah. In California news, last night, as of we're recording this January 22nd, another fire, two fires erupted yesterday. One along the 405 and another one in the Grenada Hills.
Damn. Were these areas that were already affected?
They are, no. I mean, they're neighboring neighborhoods, right?
Okay.
But you clearly from the embers flowing. And then there was another fire in downtown yesterday. And I say all this to say, because that was not related. It was a flooring fire in a warehouse. But
okay,
I say all this to say the embers are still burning and flowing in the air, right?
Yeah.
And the air quality is abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
So I say all that to say, just be mindful, wear a mask. Also,
the right kind of mask. Too.
So right before we start recording, so I had a doctor's appointment, and so I wear a mask inside the doctor's office because it's a hospital. When I tell y'all friends, besties, listen, every motherfucker in there was dying. And mind you, I don't
say that like that?
No, because
you're crazy.
Because it's important because I go to there's the hospital, or whatever the fuck, that's where people go. I went to a satellite, where women have brown purses and they sit and they read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas was in there hacking up lung just. And I was like, thank you, God.
But like Kia said in our episode next week, it's not always going to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And so even that, where you're like, I'm in a satellite office, think about them people who have to go to fucking tents for aid and things like that. And so, it puts things into perspective for our gratitude, but it also needs not to invoke fear, but also for us to be as prepared as we can be. Mentally, emotionally, physically, all of those things, because it is not always going to be somebody else.
Yeah. And last but not least, from my end, as far as news. So,
and this whole episode is not getting ready to be like this or like last week. So just
wanted y'all to know again, that. Read in the description box of how you can fast forward.
Yeah.
Because this is not going to stop. No. Go
ahead.
What was I saying?
Sorry.
That threw me off.
Sorry.
But I could tell you what I was supposed to tell you all last week before I tell you. Oh, I recall now.
Okay.
Now, first, Jiminica came over. Y'all know Jiminica came over. She's our dear friend.
Angel.
Go listen to The Trauma Within.
Yes.
And, she does amazing work on the ground with serving people out in Skid Row. And, she's been really on board and helping with fire victims, and especially those who are houseless who have been impacted too. And so when she said the most vile thing to us of what people have been doing, and I hope you all don't do this. So people have been donating things.
Oh my God. I'm so glad. Yes.
Very much don't give it to this community. I only want it to go to these fire victims. I only want to go for people who lost their homes, which is very race coded.
Yeah.
And also classist. And there are people who are houseless who are just as impacted. And what kills me is that niggas, y'all lost your houses. Y'all is just like them. Niggas is houseless. So
first of all, you are a lot of people are one paycheck the fuck away.
Most of us are.
Okay, let's be very clear. A couple pay periods, maybe. A bunch of people are right on the edge of glory. Okay, most of us, not the most of us. And then on top of that, I'm so glad you brought up the donations. On top of that, just being fucked the fuck up, because fuck y'all. Also, I heard some of you nasty bitches are donating dirty bras and drawers and holy leggings and your nasty Fashion Nova, whatever the fucks. Stop it. Stop it the fuck right now. Do not donate dirty fucking clothes and tarnished clothes that you just don't want anymore because something is wrong with it. Do not donate that to people. Send that to factories that can repurpose textiles, but do not donate that to people. Remember, you are one paycheck the fuck away. What happens if you lose everything? Do you want people donating dirty fucking drawers to you? What in the absolute, who in the fuck raised you nasty jackals?
Right.
I'm sorry. That incensed me when I learned that.
That is, I was looking at Keith Boykin's page and he was talking about that, how people are using donations as garbage.
Yeah.
Or like I just said, what Jiminica told us. And it was super wild and so depressing. And And if you can't, like, just donate money. You know what I mean? Like, I get there's people out there who are very leery of donating to large organizations and whatever the fuck, right? But I think this is where we as a community have to do due diligence. Community isn't community without work now.
Right.
So, where we have these links out there, like even if you want to bless these people directly, there is a out there for a directory of Black families who,
we have it on our link tree if you're looking for it.
Yes. So, and even still, I encourage to even give more because of the fact that sometimes these GoFundMes impact how they receive insurance funds because of the amount of money that's in their accounts. It's a lot. It's a legal thing. I'll do more by next week and have like a compile list of all the things that have gone wrong, what you can do to help or how to pressure state legislature and all that good stuff. But it's pretty wild out here. So don't donate dirty draws.
Yeah.
And
dirty bitches.
Don't be all classist and egregious with donations. Now, last week, publicly, I had a brain fart. I had a stroke. I smelled toast on camera. And we were talking about TikTok. And now I mentioned this on one of these programs on Patreon. Join our Patreon. Support small Black businesses like Jaden XD.
Yeah.
We entertain. We dropped like 8 hours of content in one day last week.
Yeah.
So like we have a wang day.
Niggas
like,
be singing for their fucking supper on Patreon. So go get your life.
Exactly. But we were talking about teenagers in the TikTok last week.
Yes.
And I was telling you that teenagers be in Sephora and wreaking havoc. So a couple during the break, I was down. This is when I found out that these young people are using the R word all willy-nilly. Remember I told you about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, I'm at Sephora and,
Stop it, young people.
Yes. So I'm in Sephora and I am, inundated with just a bunch of
bubblegum
stuff. Yes. And I'm like, why are all these teens in here? But then I had remembered I watched this news article about they're not stealing.
Oh,
surprisingly, they are in skincare. And I'm like, these little heifers are picking up like shit with retinol in it. And I'm like, y'all don't need that.
You don't need no AHA. You're 12.
I wish I didn't need that.
Okay.
But this little Black girl was with this group. And she was, and she saw me looking at something, and she was like, "Don't get that, get this." And I was like,
"Yeah."
And I was like, "What?" And so she's explaining to me everything, and at first I was like, "Do you work here?" Like, no, I'm
not old enough to work.
Yeah, she was like, "No, I'm just helping you." Like she's literally like Noah's age with braids. I'm like, she clearly has a Houghton Mifflin history book somewhere. The Perfect Union on it, like, you know what I mean? And she hooked me up with Shani Darden's like stuff, and she was like, "This is great," because she was like, "Are you using any acne treatments?" I was like, "Dude, you work here." But I do want to shout out the young Black queen royalty. I don't know how you identify queen, but I know you were a teenager and you set me up because my hyperpigmentation has cleared the fuck up.
That's like no coverage. Like, "Mommy, have you seen my gush or whatever stone?" And I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What? No, nigga, I have not seen your fucking rock."
Yeah. These little teens being Glossier and stuff. I was like, this is, y'all don't need it, but thank you for putting me on. I don't mind.
I had a sobering moment. Like, I had a sobering moment because Noah, she was like, "What would happen if I used your skin scrub that's in the bathroom? I have a Peter Thomas Roth like exfoliator for dead skin cells that I use, a little bit, not all the time." And I said, "Do not use my product. My products are for my age. They are for things that I have to address in Target." I was like, you can just use what is this clean moisturizer that I buy you? with this little bit of SPF and wash your face and clean the crust out of your eyes in the morning and put a little extra jojoba or almond oil when it's extra cold outside. But do not be doing all that. I say, you're going to fuck. Your skin is like a butt. It is like a butt. It is just the most untainted skin on your body. I was like, you are at your prime. I was like, leave it the fuck alone. Do not do extra shit till you're gonna fuck yourself up. This is where I say you still have to cuss to your kids, not at them. You still, we have to bring back, I know gentle parenting, but sometimes I have to like grab her by the cheeks. You know how Niall be smushy? I have to grab her by the cheeks lovingly and say, you're gonna fuck yourself up, queen. And she's like, she's like, okay.
You already got this. If you stress, what happened to the young people who he bought Clearasil?
I told you, the world ended when they stopped using Noxzema.
I do think Noxzema is.
That's terrible, but it's also
it's horrible for your skin.
No, it's awful. It's awful. Those pads of fiery astringent.
I just unlocked a memory, and I'm so glad me and this person would not listen to this show. But years ago, as young gays become in community, they start exchanging like stories and tips and tricks of what to do in the bedroom and regardless of whatever.
Oh no.
So my homeboy at the time, we were talking about like how to like aftercare. You know how sometimes, like when you do it in the butt, you need to aftercare.
Y'all need to get a fucking bidet.
Well, no, I'm talking about like do it in the butt. Like that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's
okay. All right. You need to do that before too, though.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? So my friend was like, to cool as a cooling sensation, they would put Noxzema on the hole to relax, and so that it would be a calming menthol cool sensation, so that they can recover and enjoy the rest of their day. This also takes me back to earlier that day in the conversation when my friend also told us that he used Vasogel as a dish. And we were like, use the bottle, not the contents, diva. Okay, so friends.
Oh my God.
If you participate, in American anal activity.
American, that's an American.
A proper American anal activity.
They do not anal elsewhere, okay? They only anal here, okay? It is commonplace.
It's commonplace. That was the best part that Mr. Ark said. He said, I know in America it's commonplace.
It's commonplace for us to do anal.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to our Patreon or go to our Instagram. You can see. Yeah, go to Instagram. That was. But anywho, yeah, don't use the contents of whatever Fleet bottle. Don't use what's inside. Just regular, gentle, warm water. That's all you need.
That's what I said. A gentle stream of the bidet and some coconut oil.
Yeah, yes. But, some people are allergic to coconut oil because I've heard stories of people who have been trying to get their freak nasty on and the other nigga has an allergic reaction.
Well, some people are allergic to condoms. So, find what works for you and is also fitting for that area of your body. But Noxzema is not the fuck it. Like, what are you doing? Like, nigga, let me come here. Bend over and let me just light your asshole on fire. Like, I'm gonna put some hairspray.
Because I was like, so what do you do? So he was like, you just take the thing and you just put a little on it and then you just pat.
Why don't you just dip your ass in Red Nephew? Why don't you? You fucking sadist.
or when Whitney used to say, shout out to happy birthday, Whitney, and congratulations to us for Whitney.
Happy birthday!
But she used to tell me the story about how them old Caribbean women would bathe in Dettol.
Yeah. First of all, Dettol's on the boycott list. Second of all, I sent it to her early on, and I was like, the Caribbeans are about to lose their minds.
I only saw Dettol sold in Flatbush and
Because it is
that one food bazaar on St. John's.
Let me tell you what is the end-all be-all of fixing things, whether it be surface level or internally. Buckley's or Dettol. Tried and true products. Exactly. Which is what your friend is putting on his fucking asshole after he allows.
This is 15 years ago, or over 15 years ago.
King, did you tear? I know that's got to be painful.
And the whole time, and I used to because when I used to live in Brooklyn, every time I go to Family Dollar on decal, I'd be like, huh.
Yep. Look at it every time. Every time.
They're the only niggas that sell it.
This nigga is putting Noxzema on his fucking asshole.
He's probably not doing it now anymore. I don't know what they do.
Okay, once upon a time, nigga. I don't care.
I don't know what they do now.
Copy, clear. Got it. Copy.
So, that being said, let's take a break. Pay some bills. Subscribe to us on Patreon, $9.99.
Ooh, XD hates that nigga. Okay.
$12.99. No, I don't hate him. Just
indifferent.
Yeah, no, gay. Let's take a break and we'll be back.
No, you didn't finish paying bills.
Oh, yes. Okay. Subscribe. Click the description box. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Real though, trap talk, I'm in the trap, right? And I got that shit. And that shit going. It moving and moving. And nigga keep coming back fucking with my game. Woo, woo, woo. I ain't gonna got that.
Welcome back.
Ooh,
this episode has taken a turn.
I have something to tell you.
Is it about anal and Noxzema?
No.
Okay.
So Noah's talking about this little boy in her class named Desmond. And she's telling us a story. And she's like, and Desmond, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I know what it was. I can't say what it was. Desmond said some inappropriate things in the group chat. Not nasty, just.
They got a group chat?
Yes, child. They have an iMessage group chat for their little cohort. Oh, God.
Why are they on teams as 11-year-olds?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Everybody join the Zoom call.
They are 11. That's so wild.
11 and 12. And
that's so crazy.
So
we don't even do that.
No. We didn't get one until we had a business, nigga.
So, years after we've been born.
She's like, I have to go check my Google Classroom because my teacher sent me an email about and I was like, what? Yes.
I hate checking the mail. That's crazy.
They have platforms for different things.
That's so wild.
Isn't that nutty? Yeah. So she talking about Desmond. Do you know Desmond is white?
A white Desmond?
Listen here. I said, he's white, Noah? She's like, yeah. I was like, I don't think you understand. This is a phenomenon for me. Yes, I know there's white Jeromes, there's white.
Yeah.
I have never in my life met a white Desmond.
First of all, I haven't heard the name Desmond in 20 years. If you are a young person named Desmond.
Everybody I know Desmond is 45 up. But
I don't even know any Desmonds our age.
No, I do. I know some Desmonds my age.
I don't know, but they're older.
All right, 40 up. 40 up. Yeah. I don't know anybody under 40 named Desmond. But I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I did not know there was a white Desmond walking this planet. Now we're about to get all of the white Desmonds, or people telling us they know white Desmonds. Isn't that crazy? We should take a
It's
toll.
funny you mentioned
poll.
that because as soon as you were saying that, I was like, we're gonna have a whole bunch of mentions saying, I know a white Desmond,
Yep,
and I know a Lamangelo and a Rangelo.
I met a white boy recently named Demondre, and okay, please.
Like Ladanian. Like, no, you didn't.
No, you did not.
No, you didn't. Stop lying to kid.
But I had to share that with you.
Oh, well, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
This week we are talking about our own favorite songs, our own personal favorite lexicon of Auntie Jams.
Yeah.
Even though the other ones have been our faves in general.
And a lot of mine have already been mentioned, but I have some, these are our favorites.
Yes.
Have we ever done a personal favorites playlist?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
It's the first time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to go first?
Would you like? Sure. I will. A lot of times, we're blessed with opportunities to see people in concert that don't necessarily perform well or perform in concerts all the time.
Yes.
If they're even still together or not. You know what I mean? Like the band stuff break up or live even.
Mm-hmm.
And I was blessed with the random opportunity to see them live. And it was their first time reuniting in like decades. And it was for one night only. Was this when I met? I want to say this is when I met Fred.
Oh.
But yes. Yes. It Did You Know by Groove Theory.
Did you know? I always said I'd be by myself. Never wanted no man's money. Didn't need no help.
Oh. Didn't we see Groove Theory together at one point? Maybe
that's
not.
What I said. It was only
Summer
They
Jam?
only had that one. Yeah, at summer, whatever in the park.
Summer Stage, I mean.
don't know. Yeah. So it had to be there.
That's
maybe
when
I met Fran.
That's what. Yeah, no, you met Fran before that. That's when Amel's daughter came and performed with her.
Yes. Sky, who is she used to listen to the show. I don't know if she still does, but
shout out to you, Sky, if you do. Okay, a clone freaked me right the fuck on out, but I was like, oh my god, this is creepy in the best way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Groove Theory, Did You Know? They have such a great song. Everybody knows Tell Me, but Did You Know is the song.
That's the thing. There's always one that's like, no, this is the jam, and everybody knows this, but this is my jam. Yes. When Noah, I want to say when she was little, so her Go to Sleep album was Miles Davis, I forget which album it was, the one that has So What on it. But then we would always play her Amel Laroux's
the Jazz Standard album?
Yes, with Pretty
Springtime.
Bird or whatever. Yeah.
Springtime.
We would play, and then she'd be like, go to sleep music.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, Amel don't get enough. She don't get enough for that album.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite, one of my favorite artists of all time. And she's very underrated.
Yes.
And I hate that for her.
Yes. So, okay. First on my list, obviously you all know that my Auntie Jams are tried and true, probably Auntie Jams, with a couple of other cuts on it that are also, I guess, Auntie Jams at this point in time. But these are like deep Auntie Jams. So I have mentioned this group multiple times before. And that this particular song, Come Function is the group. And, Love Train is my shit. But my favorite song from Come Function is Straight from the Heart. Straight from the Heart
A
is.
hit.
And so there was a video recently of Kendrick Lamar working out in the park like a nigga. And he was doing push-ups to Straight from the Heart. And the way that I beamed, I was like, this nigga knows music. He knows music. There's a time in my mind. It's just a feeling.
When that nigga dropped, what's it called? He used Teddy Pendergrass, latest greatest inspiration, which nobody ever uses.
No.
I'm so surprised.
Well, because that was, so one of my cousins who was like my sister growing up, I was in her wedding and their first dance song was Latest Greatest Inspiration, which I loved at the time. I was like, I love that you used this particular song. And when he put that at the beginning of Euphoria, I still play Euphoria. Like I never got sick of Euphoria.
Same.
But yes, Straight from the Heart from Confunction.
I think we're ready to have this discussion now. About Lauryn Hill.
I forgot. Yes, we did say we were have a. Yes, yeah. Let's talk. Because I'm curious to hear what you have to say. I have thoughts.
I think that Lauryn Hill had a very, you know how she always talked about anointed time and appointed time? Like, she definitely arrived at the anointed and appointed time.
Yes,
I think
the intersection.
I think Lauryn Hill represents 1999 in the best way possible. Like, and that's what I can say.
Okay.
Now, I feel like her best body of work is not the one that's most celebrated, which is what I'm here to talk about, which is Unplugged. And I feel like people hate that album because it's not, produced and lush beats and all that good stuff. And she's cracking and stuff on the song, but I do find that this is a lot more of an honest album. My thoughts in general about Lauryn are the fact that I don't know. She's one of the only people that can rest their laurels off of one or two albums.
Absolutely.
Essentially one album.
Absolutely.
And for what it's worth, whether you like her or not, that's pretty prolific or pretty profound, right?
Absolutely.
Now, do I think she's a little disrespectful to her fans? Absolutely.
Well, if I may interject there. And I may have said this before, but I feel like, first of all, I've seen Lauryn in this iteration that people are talking about. And, where they're like, the songs are not the original, blah, 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 whatever. She does a fantastic, first of all, her musicality is top the fuck tier. Genius levels.
She's not untalented.
No.
Yeah.
So what is that clashy music that you all be talking? What is the anyway, whatever acid jazz or whatever y'all said she was doing, it is not that. It is true musicianship. It is true, like it is bands up there. It is music. Okay, so she's not just like slap some shit together. It's also beautiful imagery. It's a very intentional set that she does. And on top of that, she's no more disrespectful to her fans than these niggas are. These niggas, I have seen rappers upon rappers upon rappers upon rappers, and I want to say 95% of them have been egregiously late to their shows. Egregiously late to their shows. And it's like people have used that as a running joke, which I feel like feeds into misogyny. Because these niggas be showing up to the club for their club performances motherfucking 2, 3 a.m. And they were supposed to be there at 9 or whatever the case is. So I think she catches a lot of heat just because she is a woman.
Yes. Okay.
no, I want to.
I'm not gonna refute that. But I'm also like, yeah, every other artist is late for their things. There's no, I'm not saying her an exception. Yes, they're all disrespectful to their fans too.
And the last time I saw her at Barclays, she wasn't late. Probably because you can't be.
Yeah, but I think less of those people too. I feel like nobody should be late to a concert. I feel like if people are paying money, like I was pissed even for the people in Atlanta where Anita Baker bailed out on them right before the concert. Okay, you know what I mean?
With no explanation and a fuck you.
Right. So like I just don't. Lauren, my main gripe with Lauren, honestly, is the music is good and it's in 99 where it lives, if that makes sense. Like I can't, because she has not grown or has demonstrated other artistry, because we haven't heard any other music outside of what she came out in 2001 here. Like I can't be like, there's no other artist where I'm like hanging on to just one album. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't, even when I talk about Liv Warfield later, like Liv Warfield actually has like two, you know? Like, because Miseducation and Unplugged are two, they're apples and oranges, so I can't compare the two. I don't know. I just...
Yeah.
Either way, my next song is Gotta Find Peace of Mind.
Touch my mouth with your hands. Touch my mouth with your hands. Oh, I want to understand.
On the Unplugged list, because it is very honest, very open. She talks about that album also talks about her being a little gay.
I don't.
yeah, she does.
What?
She talks about being bisexual on Adam's Living Theory, I think.
Oh,
but yes, I Gotta Find Peace of Mind. That is my next track.
Okay, a cut, a jam. Yes, absolutely, a flow, a song. Yeah, I think Lauren catches a lot, but I also think her performing to this magnitude at this level with technically one album and an Unplugged, I think that speaks to her longevity and her legendary.
Yes,
she ain't doing mall performances, nigga. She not in the club. She is in stadiums, arenas, festivals, and people are still loving it just as much as they did.
Yeah. Because we'll get to my next person later. Go ahead.
As you were talking about people, rarely being able to see our greats, our favorites, our legends, except for maybe one night, I was just so unbelievably sad that I missed. You all know this is one of my favorite bands of all time. This song has definitely been on a list before. But when I missed Earth, Wind, and Fire in Chicago in concert last year, I felt like I missed out on a life opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to go sit in my lawn seat with my Coors Light. Actually, not Coors Light, because fuck Coors. But I was ready to go sit on the lawn with my wine cooler.
This is a champagne house. If you don't have any Bud Light. Shout out to Tammy Roman.
Shout out to Dustin Ross for the very first time that I met him carrying that fucking Louis Vuitton duffel bag and pulling out the nastiest Bud Light out of it. But
he is low-key Tammy Roman. Like,
no, you know absolutely.
He just don't smoke Newport.
Not anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
But Earth, Wind, and Fire's I'll Write a Song for You, I think is one of their just most beautiful songs. It's
'Cause I'll write a song for you, you'll write a song for me, we'll write a song of love,
And then on top of that, when Philip gets going, he gets going at the end of it, as he tends to do. But I just find that to be literally one of their most beautiful songs, and they are one of my most favorite bands. And I have a list of songs for Noah, like a playlist And I want her to have those, like, whenever I go on, she got these songs to know that this is how I dedicated things to her. And a few of them are on this list. And that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What you got? What's next?
Well, luckily this came in the mail by the time this episode recorded because I wanted to share it with you all. Because my next song is on it because you can't find it streaming anywhere.
Okay.
So, I've been healing my inner child through purchases that I thought that I could have made as a child, but I didn't have, the money or whatever to.
You should get a chest.
Okay. For what? To put stuff in?
Yeah, to keep that stuff in. Like a chest strictly dedicated to that.
That's actually a good idea. Well, one of them is this. And
Yes.
it is The Girlfriend's original soundtrack. And I bring this up because, of course, it has standard, like, Black girl songs on it, like Angie Stone's Wish I Didn't Miss You, India Reed's I'm Not My Hair. Persia White has a song on here, Jill Scott Golden. But the reason why I bring this up is because the best Erykah Badu song is on this album. And it's one of the greatest episodes of Girlfriends ever. And Erykah Badu is on it and she performs. And she performs Vibrate On.
All night long, stay on, but I'm long gone at home with the vibrate on.
Yes.
By her. And I love Erykah because Erykah will perform songs one place that she will never perform anywhere else, like Annie.
Yep.
Like Annie did it on VH1 Storytellers. Never heard that shit again. But Vibrate On by Erykah Badu.
Oh, I forgot about that because you can't find it streaming. Wait, let me see. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. I want to be left alone. Oh. Yes, a great song.
Okay, that tab is staying open. Very good. Very good. Oh, that was good. Okay. I love Erykah because I think her range is so big and why she can do things like that, why she can perform a song somewhere and then not perform it again or not put it on an album is her classically jazz trained, her classic jazz training. Her range for what she's able to do is incredible. The fact that the last mixtape was not an album, but is an album
that was
in
a
my
decade
mind.
ago.
Okay, really? And she's another one who just stays. She stays relevant. Now, granted, she does continuously put things out, or she'll feature herself more on other musicians' albums or songs or whatever. But Mama doesn't really have to ever release stuff unless she wants to, and she'll still always be relevant. I put them in Lauren and Erykah in that very similar category in that way. Even though it is a tinge more iconic to be able to do that off of one album. I'm just saying. I prefer Erykah over Lauren, like just musically, but I put them in the same category in that way. What's next? Okay, since we're talking about a little bit of jazz. I love the flute. I used to play the flute. Yusuf Lateef is one of my favorite flautists. I pick up the flute in whatever song it's on. And I love the flutes at the end of this particular cut, but this always makes me feel good. It's also part of like my favorite just driving jams or walking the streets or commuting in general. And that would be Bobby Humphrey's Harlem River Drive.
Okay.
Harlem River Drive, Harlem River Drive.
Yeah.
What you got?
The There's so many.
I know. It's hard.
Okay. I'm gonna switch it up a bit.
Okay.
This is a group.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered them in 99, 2000, maybe 99, 2000, 2001. I'm sorry, because I recall it was a commercial, and it was a commercial. It was like one of the bumpers for MTV, and how and back in the day they didn't have Shazam, right? So you had to like do your best and have a friend to be like, bitch, you know this song or whatever. And then they would have websites like on the UK where you'd have to like risk getting computer viruses on your Gateway or Packard Bell to find out where the fuck this is. And so
Packard.
I had a Packard Bell. And I'm telling you, the Packard Bell was the size of Noah currently. Like that motherfucker was big and wide as God's grace.
Yeah.
But through all that song led me to find 07. If you don't know who 07 is, 07 is Sia's very first group.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Sia, famous Sia and a whole bunch, and Sophie Barker essentially they were the first jungle, if you will. And everybody thinks about Distance or the other song that they have. But what I will say to you all is on my list today is Somersault by 07. And the song is about her finding her person because even she's very quirky, but she was like, you'll even do the somersault in the sand with me. So it's very sweet.
Let me see. Somersault 07. Let me see what this sounds like.
It's a great song. It's a great music, smoking song.
You put my feet back on the ground. Did you know you brought me home?
Was this like during the time when white girls stopped shaving their underarms?
That's 2004.
Oh, okay. So after, a little after.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yes, from the When It Falls album.
Okay. Okay. Lovely. That's Sia before she started covering her face? She's a white girl who wore t-shirts with no bra, jeans, and... Okay. All right. Sia.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Since we're going white, let's see here. What do I have on here? Okay. As I just talked to you about like how I have certain songs that I love being in the car for. You cannot tell me I was not a part of the Partridge Family or the motherfucking Brady Bunch or whatever the case is when this song comes on, or that I am not a white girl from Malibu driving down the coast in my convertible. It's the only time I channel that. I will say, though, California is great for blacks and whites. Y'all are good for some good writing fucking music. You know what I'm saying? And the blacks in California are also good for really recognizing the greats in soul music and like finding... Anyway. This is a track by the Mamas and the Papas. And it's called California Dream. And it is
California Dreaming.
Which also has a flute solo in the song as well. But California Dream, is it California Dream or California Dreaming? Anyway, it's the Mamas and the Papas. And it is the best, you are riding in a convertible on the sunniest, most beautiful 74-degree day. And that is on my list. It makes me want to go riding. Just driving around. Yeah.
My next song is I'm sure we could have an episode, 9 episodes on his music alone. But I put this on the list because of a video that they did with another artist of mine, and they covered this song.
Okay.
So Jasmine and Stevie sang these 3 words together. And I was like, everybody calm the fuck down.
Wait.
So next on my list is Stevie Wonder's These 3 Words.
Dustin hates that song.
Sister or brother, I love you. And when was the last time that they heard you say, darling, or best friend?
I can understand why a lot of people would, but it's very sappy and saccharine. But then again, a lot of Stevie Wonders are super lovey and saccharine.
Wait, were they in the studio?
I'd recall a room.
Black and white?
I don't recall. It's been a while. I have the MP3. It's been a while since I've watched the video.
Oh yeah. That's nice. Ooh, that's nice. You know what? I didn't put any Stevie on my list because I know we've done episodes and I always everybody that that's my favorite artist. So I was like, let me try to not.
Well, same, but like I realized I was like, oh yes, Jasmine did that cover, and I was like, I need to put that on there.
Yeah, that's nice. Mm-hmm. You know what my favorite Jasmine song is actually? And I guess I could actually put it on this list of like some of my favorite Auntie jams because it's one that I will play regularly. And it's not a cover, but it's a sample. But she did it in the best way and really channeled the energy for what it is, but also put her own into it. Mm-hmm. Her Let It Burn. Mm-hmm. Jasmine Sullivan's Let It Burn is such a good fucking song. And you can always channel As Yet or whatever for me. You can always, I love my 90s groups of the days of yore. I really do. My black groups. So I think she did that sample a lot of fucking justice. So I'm going to put that on my list.
Yes. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more personal fave Auntie Jams. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Playing with that nigga on the front tip, you get to him. Because see, one thing about it, right, when you get to him, right, either they gonna come back and keep it 1,000. I ain't gotta go look for you, but if I front it to you, nigga, and you don't pay me my motherfucking money, then we got a problem.
And we're black. Personal Auntie Jams. Mm-hmm. My next one is it's historical, right? It really was a cultural reset, and it was a clinic in Bitches Are Mad. And so we have to show and prove because niggas are trying to take our spot. So full context. There was a young artist named Miguel who was trying to he definitely did the Hulkamania.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I hope she okay. Yeah. But yeah, he was tapped to be in a group called Fatty Coo.
Oh, blow it up, Fatty Coo!
And everybody at Fatty Coo looked at him like, this nigga. They were like, oh, it's done for us. So they had to band together and vanquish Miguel. And
Damn.
how they did that was with one song called Chills. So Fatty Cool's Chills is my next song.
You know, I never, and this is on some of your favorite chills.
Mm-hmm.
If this image does not capture a time.
You send me chills. You send me
One of these girls
The
look
end
like
is
Sarah
what I said.
Jakes
Mhm.
Roberts.
Mhm.
Shout out to you, sister. This girl in the front, she looked like Sarah.
Sarah
You know-
gave me a word the other day. I was listening to the podcast and I was like, I needed that
Let
today.
me tell you something. Okay, sister be spitting, okay? Sister be spitting.
I was like, religious aside, I received
No,
the message.
I can listen. I love a spirituality. If it comes
Did
from
you listen?
what?
Did you listen to the sound yet? Well, I told you yesterday to do it, but Mary's the sound.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I need to be in the space.
Mhm.
Maybe I need to listen to that after I have a tough conversation or something.
Yeah. Oh no, you should do it while cleaning because it's not a heavy worship album.
Oh,
The
okay.
sound is an R&B album that just happens
Okay.
to have these niggas who are singing about Jesus.
I don't mind a
first
worship
track is
every now and then because I was listening.
Yeah.
I was watching Takia's fucking video the other day, and I was like, "Sanctify me, nigga!" Like, yes, this is amazing. You bitches be singing, nigga.
Yes. You're very Karen from Love Up to Lock Up. Yes. T.
Shout out to Karen.
Instead of amen. Period.
Yes, period. Poo. That's right. Let me go to church real quick. Somebody point me to a good one. Let me see here. Which direction do I want to go on this list?
House of Fatty Cool. Good Lord. Bounce,
Okay,
bounce,
I'll name mine after this because he's on this list. And this is hard, right? This is like picking a favorite Stevie Wonder track. What's your favorite Luther song? Yeah. Stump that nigga. Stump that nigga.
I Can Make It Better.
Okay.
It's between that, Here and Now, and Having a Party. Bad Boy Having a Party.
Okay.
Or
No.
I Can Make It Better. I'll stick with that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a top 10. We haven't done Luther, have we? Like just a Luther?
No. And I feel like
that deserves an episode.
It does. I know y'all covered the Luther doc on Getting Grown, but I also have not finished it.
Oh.
Yeah. So
You should.
And it's not because it's really because my mother and I had a very nice conversation about the doc, and it was so interesting how how parents evolve in their thought processes and stuff. And so she's telling me about how people are coming, attacking Patty for like outing him essentially or whatever. My mother was like, she wasn't outing him. She was like, that was her friend. And I was like,
and she spoke about him in, I think, the most honest way that she, I think her intention was honest. It was not to be shady or, slip it in there or any of that. That's not the energy I got from that. And I respected his other friends for honoring the perspective that he always had. And even posthumous, they were like, I'm gonna speak about this in the way that I feel like he would have spoken about this. But I think that anybody if people have different friends, right? You don't know everybody's relationships. Whitney and I were talking the other day, who we just talked about. We were talking about the other day how there is like barely any evidence of our friendship. But literally, like, we talk every day. Like, she's one of the very few people that I talk to almost every single day. Like, her child knows my voice in the womb. That child knew my voice. So, but we hardly ever take pictures when we're together. You know, she had to come in town and take care of some paperwork. She was at my crib for 5 days on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's no evidence of it. But there's plenty of evidence of my friendship with Crystal. And so, you know, and I think that Whitney and Crystal would speak about me in two completely different ways. Similar to, obviously, you know, because you're the same person, but it's going to be from their perspectives. And they're going to honor me in the way that they feel like they're honoring me. And I feel like that's what Patty felt like she was doing. And I agree. It didn't feel like an outing to me. Yeah. You know, maybe she felt like my friend never got to be honest. And you know what I mean? So like, I think, you know, lay up a little bit. People love to come down. My personal favorite Luther song, I think, because I know it's hard, is Don't You Know That?
How many times must I say that for you to understand? Don't you know that I love?
Don't you know that? Don't you know?
Yeah, I'm really so in love with you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you know that? Don't you know that? Yeah, I think it's Don't You Know That. Your turn.
Torians love sad bitch music, or they love music that is deemed quiet. Because I like quiet sounding music. Even though music is loud or whatever, but you know, soft music. And I got to experience this person live. My first interaction with her ever listening to her music ever was live. It was her and Lettucey in 2000 at the San Jose Jazz Festival.
Okay.
And so this other lady, I realized she's from the Bay Area, and she makes wonderful music. And one of the songs that she came out with is called First Love. So my next on my list is First Love by Guapale.
It seemed my life was falling, but in this season we were friends. 6 days into spring is where our story begins. You didn't.
Yes.
Let me get used to things, because gradual is my name.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Guapale.
Meanwhile, my first love was standing first in line. Do.
What's Guapale doing? Minding her fucking business. She's like, what am I doing? I'm staying closer to my room.
Okay.
She is. Yeah, minding her business. Wait, where is Guapale? Hold on. Where is Guapale? Oh, you did say she was from Oakland. Yeah, she's just somewhere minding her business.
Mood. I love that for her.
She's probably writing. She's probably writing for other people. Because she is a songwriter. I don't know.
I hope she's okay. I hope Mel LaRue is okay. Because, you know, Mel LaRue don't do
I feel like she minds her business.
Yeah.
I feel like all of these queens just mind their fucking business and come out when they want to. And big mood, honestly, personally. Yeah. Let's see. What direction do we want to go in? I think... Okay. Another song that is my song for my dad, like me and my dad's song, but now also my song for Noah, which becomes more and more apparent as she gets older so quickly. And the song is originally of sad origin because it was written for his son who passed away. But Jim Croce's Time in a Bottle.
But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go.
Will just send me into a full spiral weep. It will just send me, especially knowing the origin of it. But then when you think about the lyrics, if I could put time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away just to spend it with you. So it is one of the songs on my Noah list. And it is literally one of my favorite songs of all time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's tattooed on my arm.
So my next song, where do I want to go with this? Okay. Because this is on streaming, so I'll do it.
Okay.
You know, there is a okay. Actually, this isn't going to be on it, but I'm just because it's what I purely feel and I should be on the list. You might have to YouTube it.
Okay. Nigga, you pulled out a girlfriend soundtrack CD. Like,
I sure
just
did.
play the fucking song.
I did. Go on the YouTube. With that being said, you're absolutely right. So, a little white girl named JoJo. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, white girl, too late, get out right now." Anyway, whatever. And remember, she was on that Hateful Niggas record label that was on this owned Aaliyah's stuff, Tank, all that good stuff.
Oh, Tank.
Slowly is finally back on streaming. Song. Him and Jamie Foxx sang the fuck out of that.
Let me tell you how Jamie Foxx does not get enough flowers.
My next song, fuck that what I was about to say. I'll make that next. My next song is Tank's Slowly.
Okay.
Him and Jamie Foxx were singing to each other down.
Yeah.
That's some great black love music.
Just so we could make love slowly.
Darius Dabbs or whatever the fuck his name is singing the song.
Yeah.
If we could put Jamie Foxx's Wedding Day song that he gave to Fancy on this list, I'd put that shit on there.
And he had this one song I told you before he even started, like before he really started releasing music, he had the song called Candle in the Wind. That nigga used to be crooning. Do you hear me?
Yes.
You know what Jamie Foxx song I love? I don't know if I put it on my favorites of all time, but maybe I will because when it comes on, I just start grooving.
Oh.
Warm Bed.
A hit.
A jam. I got a warm bed. I got a warm bed. Baby, if we leave the club and up but good love, cause I got a warm. Oh, Jamie. Yeah. Jamie makes some good fun. Yes, Tank and Jamie Slowly is a good fucking song.
Yeah, that is a
yeah, that's good. That's good. You made me drool on myself. Yeah.
I had my COVID and flu shot today. So can I share a story in between this?
Yeah. Fuck.
So I was at the doctor's. I had an embarrassing thing happen kind of at the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I produced projects in the past for things. And so I've had to cast and all that good stuff. And, but so I had to go get my blood drawn for my for prep labs and stuff because homosexual got to get prep before they outlaw it. Oh. So that reminds me, we need
which
to
is so crazy because I feel like they need it the most. Yeah, we do need a Plan B fund.
That's also a thing. We should have like a rescue fund for agents. No agents left behind. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Terry Theory used to say, "No niece left behind." So I'm like, "No agent left behind."
Okay, so I know
we
don't watch it anymore, but Seinfeld had an episode where they stopped. So, kids, there was a time where one of the prophylactics outside of condoms or birth control or whatever, or diaphragms, was a sponge. Okay, and
my new bath sponge feels like a diaphragm. It's the same
It's called
foam.
a sponge. It was a form of a diaphragm. You may look that up if you'd like. And so
Little half cap.
a little half cap. And Elaine was ready to get the fuck busy. So Elaine, but the sponges were getting discontinued. So Elaine goes to a pharmacy. She's driving all over the place trying to figure out where she can get these sponges. And she gets to the pharmacy and he's like, I have 1 box left because nobody had any. And she was like, all right, I'll take 3. Actually, give me 5. Matter of fact, she's like, yeah, I'll just buy the box. Like, give it to me wholesale. I'll buy the whole thing. That's what we need to do with Plan B right now. We need to set up that fund, buy a whole bunch of it, and then, have it ready for our people when they need it. Even though shit expires.
No agent left behind.
No agent left behind.
In 4 years, though.
Okay. You only have up to 72 hours, but the efficacy is higher the earlier you take it.
Listen, as soon as you go take a piss, you drop that pill.
Okay. Go pee that nigga's nut out. Or
clear the pipes.
Oops, ever.
And clear the pipes.
And clear the pipes. Do a wash down and take your fucking Plan B. And get you a bottle of vodka. No, I'm just playing. And a coat hanger. Just keep it on deck. Listen, this new administration, they're going to be like, why is there an uptick in wire hangers and devil springs? Because Jane's doing abortions in the bathroom.
Keep the water boiling. Raquel, take that fucking jacket off.
Macy Gray nigga.
We need to take a break.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Hit it, Claude.
Oh.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Who with this shit? Come on, man, get them y'all niggas that shit. If I'm having 50 of them motherfuckers, I gotta have them y'all niggas I can get 25 to. But I gotta be lose that 25 when I get it to him, though. But if he don't come back.
And we're black. Talking our faves and things. Favorite jams.
Damn.
Oh boy. My next song. She's a newer artist, and I'm putting her on my Auntie Jams list because of the fact of how frequent and often I listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has been on the top of like every Spotify Wrapped or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And I also realized that I like sad music.
Okay.
Or like, I think that's why I like Mary J. Blige. But
eternally sad Auntie.
Mm-hmm. And she's on my list now. Don't get me wrong.
She's my next song.
Mm-hmm. But this particular artist is Alex Isley.
Okay.
And the song is called Gone.
Tell me what matters, 'cause I don't know where you've been. No love was just a real farewell with a friend. Tell me how long until you're gone again.
It's such a beautifully haunting song about this nigga missing. Like, how long until you're gone again? It's such a beautiful, haunting song, and I love the fact of
go ahead.
I love like the daughters of musicians or children of musicians who have taken the musicianship and learned something.
The best parts, yeah.
And because we know Alex Isley's father is not Ron, but the other brother, Isley brother.
Yes.
And, But yes, Gone is, it's a wonderful song.
I only have one new artist actually on my list as well. But I want to come back to her because I want to go in a different direction for a second. And we're going to have to do a part 2 to this because we have too many songs to do on this one particular episode. But I wanted to take this in a different direction. I wanted to take this to my youth. And songs that just evoke different memories, but I still will play them to this day, and they are some of my absolute favorites. And you mentioned Mary J. Blige, our queen, sad auntie. I hope you are well wherever you are and on the right side of things, but we don't know your feelings. We know your feelings through your actions, but we don't know your feelings through your feelings.
And she's been silenced. And so...
Has she been silent or silenced? I don't know.
Silent. When the first job, she came on Instagram and she was like, don't include me in that shit. She's like, I could gym all of it. Her and Misa Hilton. So, you know, they know, if anybody.
Hello. And I feel like they might have just as many hitters, which is why they're okay right now. But my favorite Mary song is a remix. And it is I Love You, but the Smith and Wesson remix specifically.
I slip in the blackness, I prepare for combat. Protect my dome, cause that's where my home's at. Crack my windows, inhale as the mist flows. Build up my men to construct on my fist. Spreading love to my Brooklyn crew. Who be you? Bad boy. Smith and Wesson coming through. Check it.
For the record, I love you. I love you. And the sweet memories. I know you can hear me now. For the record, I love you. That Smith and Wesson I Love You remix is some of her best work in all of her fucking career, nigga. And I play that song now to this day down.
Then my next song is also a Mary song. It's top 5 Mary song. And it's a Mary. It's a cautionary tale. It's a story. It is a message that we all need to adhere to. She said, and I always will think about this when people have something serious to tell me. This line will come up in my head. It said, a real woman wouldn't do this over the phone. So Mary J. Blige is your child.
Ooh.
To hurt me.
She said it's your child, and that really messed me up. How could you deny?
How could you? Your own flesh and blood. You are hiding a child.
Exactly. I know we're anti-consumerism, but I really want a Grindin hoodie from Pusha T's Grindin Coffee Shop.
I'm not, okay, we are anti-over-consumerism. There's certain things that you want and you want to always have it. You know what I'm saying? So yes.
Grindin coffee, that's genius. Why? I need a hoodie. I need one. I also need to go to the actual thing. It's down near where Fury live.
What does it look like?
I don't go down there often. You can go to grindincoffee.com.
Okay.
He hasn't even set up the thing yet, actually, so don't.
Okay.
I was on his social, and I was like, oh. And it's like Grindin Coffee Co. And I was like, oh, I need that.
It's funding. It's funny because I do have a clip song on my playlist.
Keys open doors.
Keys open doors, but that's not it. Even though I have a hard time because I really actually very much enjoy the clips. But one of their...
I have an idea.
What?
One of these episodes, we should take like regional music because like Virginia in itself has so much.
Pharrell, the Clips, Missy... Even though we're going to have to put all that other stuff to the side and just focus on the music. But we go for that. You know, we have to do that a lot. That nigga is still not included in that. Let's be very clear. And when we say that nigga, we're talking about the bald one. But Virginia is my favorite Clips track, I think. I love Virginia. I think them niggas are sliding on that fucking beat. They are paying homage to their home, to their background, to their familial drug activities. And it's sonically very pleasing for me, even still in 2025.
I'm from Virginia, where ain't shit to do but cook. Pack it up, sell it triple price, fuck the books. Where we re-up, relocate, re-off them roofs. So when we pull up, it ain't shit to do but look. In my home, sweet home, I keep...
Like, I'm sick of Pharrell dropping new Clips music at his little fashion shows or whatever. Like, stop doing that. Give us the actual music to the streets. The Clips is one of those groups that never really got the chance to just be great because these record producers all want to be in the videos and be their own artists and stuff.
I think they like the Clips release some good fucking albums.
Yeah, but you don't think they should be a lot.
Well, part of it is that Malice went gospel. You know, he got saved, which I love. Yes, King. You know, so he's like, I can't rap about Keys opening doors anymore.
Because Malice was kind of like the better rapper anyway, but that's fine. It's always, out of the duo, it's always the one that defects. Tina. We all. Malice. But then the other one is always very like fiscally successful. Like Pusha, that nigga like said, I'm getting into he's EDM, sign me up, nigga. Like, coffee, sure. So, you know, but I think they were supposed to do some collaborations. I heard that a couple years ago, but I don't know what came of it. But Virginia is one of my favorite Clips tracks, for sure. What you got? My next song is one of my favorite songs of all time. From one of the greatest albums of all time, actually. Connected is one of the albums that you don't really hear talk about how it's constructed often, but it's one of the first albums that was recorded remotely. And where the producer lived out in the Netherlands, Nicolay. And Fonte and other artists live out here in America. And so they got it all together and was able to produce Connected out in 2004. And one of the greatest songs on there is called Come Around with Darian Brockington. So on my list is Come Around by The Foreign Exchange.
The more I give, the more you want it. Baby, I try real hard to make you happy. Maybe I don't say you love you like.
You know, you're right. That was virtual because that was the premise of the entire group.
That's why it's called Connected. Foreign Exchange.
Yes. And y'all did that. You were ahead of your time. Shout out to my nigga Tay. Shout out to Nicolay. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Carmen. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Yazra. Shout out to everybody.
Where I is, sweaty palms, my heart beats fast. Damn, like a
even though you know my favorite foreign exchange song is Daykeeper. I just feel like that.
He tells me all his secrets.
Yo,
he thinks nobody knows.
Oh, sonically.
Where's Messina at?
Go, hello, where? Donde?
She has a great mixtape too, her very first one. Daybreak 2.0. That takes me high. This great smoking music.
Which I enjoy.
Take me
this next song is, you know, it was also hard from this particular group. And who I pay homage to on a daily basis. You know, yes, I have some Crocs. I do believe them to be one of the ugliest shoes in existence, but they are also one of the most comfortable, and I am in the kitchen a lot of times. And so I pay homage to them every single day. And I was trying to figure out, what was it? Triumph? I don't know. Is it Cream? I'm not sure. What is my favorite? But one of my favorite Wu-Tang songs is not only just my favorite just because I like listening to it, but also because it is a message that needs to be carried through our lives. And we need to be, you know how we talk often about how there's not enough shame in this world. Wu-Tang's Shame on a Nigga.
Yeah.
Shame on the nigga who tried to run game on a nigga who's buck wild with the trigger. Shame on a nigga who tried to run game on a nigga who's buck side fuck your ass up. Yo, hot 1, hot 2, hot 3, hot. Old dirty bastard, live and uncut. Styles on.
Shame on a nigga who try to run game on a nigga. And I mean that in every way possible. Politically, murderously, financially, Jack and Jilly. Like, shame on a nigga who try to run game on a nigga by the Wu-Tang. Rest in peace, old dirty bastard.
Yeah. I got 2 more because we could keep going on this for days.
God. Okay.
I know.
All right.
I'm going to do 2 more. My second to last one, it's a newer one.
Okay.
This song was everywhere. And I like when new music makes me feel like this is classic and I could hear this at any time. Like if I would have heard this like in 92, I would have thought it was like, maybe we need to do 3 more. Okay.
I know.
Let's do 3 more. So my third to last one is Jungle, Back on 74.
Back on 74.
That is one of the newer. I love them.
Okay. If we're going to go new, you know who I am. Wait, hold on. If we're going to.
I love Jungle. Keep me high on the same line. We get high on our break time.
If we're going new, I've already I know everybody. Okay. Cleo Soul's already on my classics, my favorite artist list, right? Because I love Salt. I love Cleo's voice. I love the fact that she doesn't oversaturate us. Like she's very intentional about what she puts out. But another new band that has quickly entered my favorites. And this song ended up blowing up, but Mary and I have been playing this. Let me tell you. Cocoroco's Abusi Junction. Play a snippet. You have a device? You want me to play it?
Yes, it's easier for you.
All right. Yeah, Abusi Junction by Cocoroco. A little bit, but they have some vocals in the background, but it's not vocal heavy. It's a band. It is a group. Incredible talent. Incredible talent. And they skyrocketed to one of my favorite bands. I had to add them to it. One of my favorite groups. So I'm going to put Cocoroco on there.
So my next song is I'm gonna go back to White for a little second.
Okay.
Homer Simpson said the best rock music happened in 1974.
I believe that.
And he was not wrong. And one of the songs from the 69 actually is one of my favorite songs of all time, America's favorite song of all time. There was a band called Jefferson Airplane.
Yes! Sorry.
And Jefferson Airplane gave us one of the most amazing the dankest song known to man. Danker than anything George Clinton or Snoop Dogg or anything but could put out.
Boo.
But these whites put out a song called White Rabbit. Now, that's not the song I'm putting on here.
Oh.
Because we all know that song.
Yes, we do.
Now, Jefferson Airplane broke up not too long after that, and they reformed called Jefferson Starship. And Jefferson Starship, which is the next song I'm going to put on my list, came out with a song called Jane.
Okay.
And that is on my list.
see here.
Listen to the first verse and you'll be like, I see. Oh, hell I say. There's some oil in those
I already know
vocals.
this is fire because of the fucking cover art.
Even the intro.
Good fucking work, nigga. Very motherfucking good. That was good, nigga. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
They ate that.
Okay.
That was some good white music there.
No, it was. And that's my
good
era.
music.
That's my when I tell you that goes in my yacht rock, because that's yacht rock to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as much. Maybe it's more Jenny in the club, but
either way.
Damn, that was good. Oh, that was good. You know what, white man? I'm not ending with a white man. But no, I can't. But you all know how I feel about Ambrosia's. That's how much I feel. That's one of my favorites, but that's not what's next on the list. I think we have made fun of this man as children. You know what I'm saying? I think because we didn't fully appreciate his musical genius, honestly. My boy's lyricism and intention in his songwriting, you got to go back and you got to give it a good listen. Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are.
Yes.
I took the good times, I'll take the bad times, I take you just the way you are.
Yes.
Is a beautiful fucking song to dedicate to somebody. Like, if somebody sang me Billy Joel's, if it was not Billy Joel and a nigga came to me and said, I wrote you a fucking song, two white men could write that song. It's Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are and Elton John's Your Song. Beautiful, fucking, intentional songs written for somebody. Billy Joel don't get the flowers he deserves.
No, he does not.
He didn't for me.
Does not.
Maybe what the whites do, but y'all don't even really appreciate Billy for the right reasons. Like, but Billy is good fucking work. We need to do a Billy deep dive, honestly.
We do, actually.
Yeah.
My last song is Very Black.
Okay.
There is a moment, this has been on my Spotify Wrapped every year since it started. I play this song at least once every day, and I have been for the last 10 years probably.
Okay.
It's funny because I came across through a pageant video. And there was this young woman who was performing this song, and she, I want to say it's Jada Barbie Bryant. I can't remember her name. But if you look up this song and you'll see, and you write pageant next to it, you'll find what I'm looking for.
Okay.
It's CeCe Peniston's He Loves Me Too. The Steve Silk. Exactly. Yes. So if you ever go look it up and you see our queen moving her titties to the thing,
that is a jam.
I know that he loves me too. Under no circumstance, I will doubt my man. I know that he loves me too.
Let me put that on my my 40th birthday party list, because I need that played at the shindig. I need that played. Yeah. Because we're dancing, nigga. I want you to know. I need everybody to get their comfy shoes. Like, we are dancing at my birthday party this year.
It's going to be a groove.
Yeah. It is going to be a true auntie party. I'm getting niggas out of the corner. Like, niggas, I need you to dance. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to end this with one of my favorite songs of all time. A Brooklyn Queen. An evil yatch sometimes. I can say that because I've met her, but still a queen. I'm giving her flowers and I always will. And some of Queen's finest, who still have relevancy to this day. But when I tell you the Firms, it's technically Nas's song, but Affirmative Action.
Who could relate? We play for high stakes at gunpoint, catch them and break, undress them time with tape, no escape. The Coleon, Fettuccine, Capone, roam in your own zone to get kidnapped and clapped in your dome. We got it sewn. The firm, all the wars unknown. Lower your tone, face it. Homicide cases get thrown.
With the Lou in the background. Foxy, I don't give a fuck. Please do not write me and say, but Nas wrote, I don't give a fuck, nigga. She slid on that beat.
Yeah.
Okay? She slid on that fucking beat, and then you put that Lou in the background, and it's my fucking British nigga dream. And I am a maiden lady in a gown with a bustle and a blunt in my hands, playing a Lou. Hear ye, nigga. Affirmative Action is literally one of my favorite rap songs of all time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let that be my last track.
Okay. Okay. This was fun today.
Yeah.
We have so much more. We'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah.
But anywho, you all friends, all of this could be found on our, mine is the XD's Grooves. If you look in my playlist, it's there.
Yes, look in his playlist.
All there. All of these music, because even the songs you have, I have on here.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Then go look at XD's Grooves.
Yeah. Until next time, friends. Bye.
Yes, we're moving on.